Hey everyone, it's Joe from Joe&ZO Pod, and invite you to pull up a chair and let's talk some cards. We just got a short video today, just 2 TTM responses, but one of which I'm very excited about, so we'll save that for last. The first one comes from Columbia, South Carolina, and it is Mr. Bill Landrum. He signed 1 of 1 in 9 days. He made his first appearance in 1986, his last in 1993. He was a relief pitcher with the Reds, the Cubs, the Pirates, the Expos, and then finished off his career again with the Reds. Career numbers: 3.2 WAR, 18 and 15 win-loss record, a 3.39 ERA, a 1.33 WHIP, and 58 saves. He was undrafted. I think it's that he entered the draft and wasn't drafted at all. He had a special exception based off of where he went to school and stuff like that, but I was not able to confirm any of that. But in the meantime, he was not drafted. He was signed by the Reds. He spent 7 years in the minor leagues and made his major league debut at 29. His best season would have been in 1989 when he was with the Pirates. He had a 2-3 record, a 1.67 ERA in 81 innings, and 26 saves. 2 bits of trivia. First of all, in his entire career, he never made an error. That's 361 1/3 innings and 76 total chances, which granted is not a tremendous amount, but it's still pretty cool to go an entire, how long is it? 7-year career without making an error. Second bit of trivia, his father, Joe Landrum, pitched for the Brooklyn Dodgers in the 50s, so he is a second-generation major leaguer right there, and I just thought that was pretty cool. And that's Mr. Bill Landrum. And the second one is the one that I'm really excited about. Not that he's a very famous player, but he was an Orioles legend, and I am a Baltimore Orioles fan. And it is Mr. Mike Bordick. He signed 2 of 2 in 15 days. He was also undrafted, also signed, again, I could not find the exact reason why he was undrafted. I don't think, similar to Bill Landrum, I don't think that he went through the draft without being drafted, but I could not confirm why. But he played from 1990 to 2003. He was a shortstop. Started off with the Athletics, then went to the Orioles. He was traded midway through 2000 to the Mets, but at the end of the season re-signed with the Orioles, and then finished off his career with the Blue Jays. Pretty decent numbers, 26.8 WAR for his career, a 260 average, 91 homers, 626 RBIs, a 685 OPS, and exactly 1,500 hits. I thought that was a nice bit of trivia. He was not a huge offensive guy, but he was a tremendous fielder, and we'll get into that a little later. He was an all-star during the 2000 season and also played in 2 World Series in 1990 and 2000, as well as in the 97 playoffs with the Orioles. His best season overall, meaning offensively, would have been in 2000, that year that he was an all-star, where he hit 285 with 20 homers and 80 RBIs. But I mentioned earlier that he was a tremendous fielder. In 2002, he set the record for the most consecutive games and most consecutive chances without an error by a shortstop. Shortstop being the most defensive intensive position on the field. That is a huge record to have. He finished that year with a .998 fielding percentage, made 1 error the entire year. The record is, the games number is 110 games, and the chances is 543. And he was robbed of the Gold Glove that year. I remember when that happened. Back in those days, the Gold Glove was basically given to the best offensive player at the position. It was a total sham of an award. Now they've really focused on fielding statistics and giving it to the person who actually, doesn't matter what his offensive numbers are, but actually the proper defensive elite players. But at the time, Bordik was not at all an offensive player, and his defensive prowess went totally unrewarded. I think A-Rod got it that year. who is also a good shortstop, but I mean, Bordik set these records, so you would think that deserves the Gold Glove. So even though 2000 would have been his best offensive year, his defensive work in 2002 with those records, I think, would overall make that his best year. And just a couple bits of trivia: he is a member of the Orioles Hall of Fame, and he was a longtime broadcaster and part-time coach for the Orioles for a few years after his retirement. You could see that the card on the right is a little bit damaged. It did come back. These are not the greatest quality cards, it happens to be, these two specific cards. But the card on the right, you can see that little blotch there in the middle. I don't know what that is. That did not, that was not there when I sent it. You can see also, and you can see that the bottom right corner is a little twisted. That also, but anyway, that is Mike Bordik, and like I said, I was very excited to get that. So that's it for today, just those two. I hope you like this video. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. It would be great. You can contact us either through the comments or by emailing us at joeinzopod@gmail.com. And that's it for today. Thanks for pulling up a chair with us, and we look forward to the next time we can sit and talk cards.